What's up, guys? It's Will back again, and today we're here to actually review WandaVision, Marvel's newest show and first show on Disney+. So I will say, I'm going to keep this review mostly spoiler-free. There might be some mild spoilers here and there, so just want to warn you about that in advance. I don't think I'm going to spoil any major plot points or, any major reveals here. If you're worried about that at all, I'd say come back after this video. It is going to be a mild spoiler review, but I'm going to keep it pretty general for the most part. What we're going to do today really is just go into my thoughts on the first 3 episodes of WandaVision. Just see whether they align with yours, because we'll find that out in the comments below. And just have a fun chat about what WandaVision is and what it means. So with that said, let me cut right to the chase here. I'm gonna cut right to the chase, guys. I don't like the show very much so far. I know, heresy. I love Marvel. I've loved everything Marvel's done for the most part. I mean, there's some Marvel properties that I don't exactly love, like Iron Man 3. Watching Age of Ultron again, I didn't love that very much in hindsight. It's still good, but it's not very good. There are some others. I like Thor 2 more than most. The Ant-Man and Wasp films are pretty good for the most part. I enjoy those. The first Hulk film, that was actually a little bit before Mark Ruffalo's time. I'm not a huge fan of that. But I was really excited for WandaVision overall. I was looking forward to it just because I like Wanda. I like Vision. I was really excited to see where they would take these characters. And so far, I do feel like Marvel is taking a big risk here. They're taking a very big swing. And they're going for the home run. They're going for the stands. I don't know how else to say it. That's what they're going for. And this is very different for the MCU. It's going to be a unique experience for many, Marvel fans and other general fans. So it's going to be different. It's going to take some getting used to for all of us. And that's something that I'm okay with. I'm okay with Marvel taking risks because they finished their first 3 phases. That's tied off with a nice pretty bow, if you will. And that phase of Marvel is done. So what they're doing is more moving into a new phase and starting with trying something new and experimenting. I understand that. I do feel like the first 3 episodes overall, like I said, if this were not a Marvel show, I don't think I would continue to watch this show. The only reason I'm continuing to watch this show is because I really like the characters that Marvel have built and the universe they've built. So with that, I am loyal to what they do to an extent, to a degree. And I do feel like the show is getting better. If reviewing just the first 3 episodes today, I would say the first 2 episodes, if I was just talking about those, this review would be very different. I would be much more negative than I'm going to end up being. The 3rd episode was better. It was definitely a step in the right direction. My problem with the show thus far is that it's very slow. It is a slow burn. It is the slowest of slow burns. And for a Marvel property, we're not really accustomed to that. Maybe they're trying to recondition our brain to adjust to a new type of Marvel experience, or maybe they're just trying something new with this one. But it's not something that I think everyone's going to be on board with. This is not an action show by any stretch, at least not thus far. Everything is about the world, the characters, and the sitcom and the comedy. So this is definitely very new for Marvel and something that I think is going to be divisive, to be honest. I think it's going to be a divisive show in multiple ways, mostly being that it's different for the MCU. And really, when I think about what I want out of a WandaVision show, I think this is on the right track, but it's not quite executing the way I would like personally. Because really the first 2.5 episodes of this show, it's a sitcom. I mean, it's a sitcom. It's almost like a sitcom parody, but that's what it is. I mean, there are a few breadcrumbs spread out here and there around the show in the first couple episodes saying like, hey, there's something bigger going on. You don't know what it is yet, but we're going to tease it. There's something going on. You just don't know. And I like that because it creates some sort of, question about the bigger picture. And I like that. I like that, it's leading towards something bigger. But I don't think there's enough of that mystery to really keep me intrigued throughout. The first 2 episodes, we're watching things like, Wanda and Vision doing a magic trick, them getting used to their town, Vision's job, having the boss over. These are all sitcom topics. And that's kind of the point. But it's just not that interesting. I feel like if I wanted to watch that, I would go and watch an older sitcom, but that's not the reason I really watch a Marvel show. And I get kind of they're setting up this stage. Like I said, they're setting up this world, but for me, it's just not that interesting. Point blank. It's not that interesting. It's not that entertaining. But I do want to highlight that Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany are awesome. They're giving great performances in this show thus far. This is the best I've seen them in their roles in terms of the depth they're showing in their characters and like the dramatic, what they're doing in terms of their acting chops, in other words. I don't think this is the most development we've had for these characters because is it truly development for Vision if he's not really there? It seems anyway. And Wanda, this is all, it's development for her, but really what we're seeing is not truly Wanda. This is a, created probably by her vision of herself, of what she would look like with this life with Vision. And it's not truly development so far in that sense. Really what we're seeing is sitcom Wanda. And is that really her? Debatable, but still, like, I don't really see it as true development. That's another problem I have with the show. Thus far, I don't really feel like it's developed the characters at all because we've been stuck in this sitcom world. So eventually, yeah, like I would love to see the characters progress in a way that's actually going to matter long term. But Vision's already dead. I mean, he got his brain pulled out by Thanos. So, but I can say for Wanda, there are things that I want to see as the show progresses. And I think they will get there. I'm not trying to be impatient, but it's just a matter of like, we got to get there a little bit more quickly, I think, because the first 3 episodes, like I said, are just not, we're almost halfway through the season at this point, and not much has happened. So, like I said, there need to be more breadcrumbs spread out throughout the show. In the first couple episodes, there's a thing of stop it. And it gets kind of weird. Then there's also some other things here and there where, characters will sort of glitch out, so to speak. And that's really about it. And then the 3rd episode, finally, we get something that shows the bigger picture at play here. And that's what I was waiting for all along. So the 3rd episode of the show, the final minutes, is literally what I was hoping to see way sooner, or at least some kind of hint that I would see that at some point. Because, like I said, the first 2 episodes, it's all sitcom stuff and it's very slow. And at some point, we got to get past that. So really what I'm hoping for with this show is that it continues to build on that mystery and expand on what's happening and why. And then let's see kind of what's going on. Give us some more context as we're going and make sure that things are kept entertaining and enjoyable for audiences, because right now it's very monotonous. That's the way I would describe it. And it's not something that I'm super thrilled about, because I thought with a Marvel show, especially a Wanda show, that this would be a show that I come home from work every Friday and I can't wait to watch it. Like, say, The Boys or The Mandalorian. But so far, this show has not been that for me. This show has been, it's Marvel, so I want to give it a chance and keep going and finish the season. Like I said, if it weren't Marvel, I would have already ditched this show. And I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm not saying it's terrible or it's shit. I don't think that's the case. I do feel like it's going to get better, and things, are going to become more clear as they go and make more sense and become a bigger picture that's worth the overall experience and the time we're putting in for the first season. But thus far, with 3 episodes, I'm not thrilled about what's happening, because I think it's very slow and it's very disengaging for me. So I'm hoping it gets better, and I think it will. There's some mystery, there's some intrigue, there's some parts, some things to work with here. But overall, we need to move a little bit faster. And I think just keep this train rolling. So that's just my general thoughts on the first 3 episodes of WandaVision. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 5 or a 6. I'm really not too thrilled with what's happened so far. So like I said, I'm hoping things pick up here soon in the second half of the season. As we move forward into that, we're getting close to that point. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about the show. I may be in the minority on this one. That's okay if I am. I'm more than willing to, go about it that way, as long as I'm being honest and being truthful about what I'm experiencing. I would never want to sugarcoat anything with you guys or lie about what it is just because it's Marvel. That's not how I am. So I think this show is okay, but there's room for improvement. I'm hoping it gets better. And I think it will end up being a good show by the end of the first season, or the only season probably. And I think I'm going to be happy with it overall, hopefully. But right now, I'm not thrilled with it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll stop rambling. And I'd love to hear what you guys think, because if I'm in the minority, I'd love to hear about what your guys' interpretation of this show is. There's a lot of mystery, so I'm hoping it's, satisfying some people a little bit more than it has me thus far. So let me know in the comments below, and that's all I'll say for now. This is WillFoxification signing off, and I will see you in the next review.